Okay, now we're going to talk about the Grinch. This is the dude who, when you meet him, he comes out the box telling you how he doesn't celebrate holidays and birthdays, as he tells you this. What do you do? Now, he's telling you this, I mean, outside of the fact that he follows a certain religion, because I know Jehovah Witnesses and, some other religions don't celebrate, like Christmas, for example. Maybe, I don't know, birthdays. However, there are 5 holidays during the course of the year that are important to most women. And if I'm sorry, there's 4 holidays, and if they're a mother, then it's 5. So then that would include Mother's Day, birthdays, anniversary dates of the relationship, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. So that's, 5 days. Please tell me what man cannot find it in his life, in his busy schedule, to celebrate a special day with his significant other that he claims to love 5 funky days of the year. Now, I'm going to say this because, a lot of these dudes come with this thing where, it's just some old made up holiday anyway. I don't want nobody trying to force me to do something just because they say it's a holiday. You're a fucktard. That's what you are. Because this is not about what some other third person has to say. This is about you and your relationship with your woman. And if it's important to your woman, then motherfucker, it's supposed to be important to you. If it's not important to you, then you need to ask yourself why. Why is it something that's going to bring your mate joy, that's going to take you maybe, I don't know, an hour, 5 days a year, so 5 hours out of your life, to make a special gesture to show how much this person means to you? That's too much to ask. You an asshole. That's what you are. And see, ladies, the fact that you settle, you accept this bullshit from them, it just amazes me. Let me tell you this. My father, my own daddy, he was so not into birthdays, he forgot his own birthday, okay? The man, we would be like all excited, as kids, we make him stuff, and, we go get a card, and we do all this stuff, and, we learned to cook, we made him breakfast in bed, and all this stuff, and we'd be like, happy birthday, daddy, happy birthday, and he'd always look shocked, like, what? It's my birthday? So I know, this man honestly did not really trip on birthdays, but he made an effort for us and my mother. So on Mother's Day, he would get her flowers, he would get a babysitter, and he would take her out to dinner. On our birthdays, my mother or somebody would have to remind him, but still, he would make sure that he did something memorable for us. I still have the pair of earrings he bought me when I turned 7 and got my ears pierced. You know what I mean? And when I turned 12, he bought me my first dozen roses and my first box of chocolates, because he said he wanted to be the first man to show me that kind of love. So even though he was a street hood dude, he understood the importance of showing the people that you love them on days that have significance to them. He stepped outside of himself for us. And that is the model under which I operate in my relationships. And when I see women who accept men who don't want to do anything for them, don't want to, show any kind of appreciation for them, and don't want to step outside of their comfort zone or their rigid way of thinking, their stubborn ass attitude, to show you that they care, that is a problem. That is a huge, huge problem. And no one is saying, because I understand these are hard economic times. People don't have a lot of disposable cash. But, who said that he has to go out and buy you, a diamond tennis bracelet? Nobody said that. He can cook you a dinner and give you a little card that, that he got a little $2 card. He can make a card. He can sing you a song. He can write you a poem. He can do something that shows that in this particular day, at this time, he wants to acknowledge you as a special person on your day. And I would hope, ladies, on Valentine's Day and on his birthday and on Father's Day and on anniversaries and Christmas, you do the same for him. It's not a one-way street. But we're talking now, right now, I'm not talking about that because I don't really know too many women who say, I don't celebrate holiday. I'm sure there's some out there, but I I haven't run across any. Let me put it that way. Primarily, this conversation comes from men, and they express it with a lot of resentment that the fact that they're being, they feel like they're being told and ordered to do something on a special day, and they want to do it when they want to do it instead of when it's expected of them to do it. But see, to me, it's like you do all kind of stuff that you expected to do. Like you pay rent when you expected to pay it. You pay your mortgage. You pay your car note. You pay your auto insurance. You pay your taxes to the IRS. You get your funky ass up and you go to work every day. You punch in, you punch out. You see what I mean? So it's like, why you all of a sudden you can't do something that's expected of you, and the only person that you can't do it for is the woman that you claim that you love. Y'all is full of shit. I mean, just like full of it, all the way up to the top of your from your toes to the top of your head, full of it. So I mean, ladies, you should not accept that. That's an unacceptable excuse. When a man is telling you that he's not going to celebrate your birthday, he's not going to celebrate Valentine's Day, he's not going to celebrate any anniversary with you, he's not going to celebrate Christmas or something, what the fuck is he there for? Because he's not celebrating anything. What kind of relationship do you have? What kind of traditions can you build for children in a family where nothing is celebrated? Nothing is special. Nobody is special. What kind of boring ass, tired ass relationship and life is this man setting you up to take? And you guys want to do it. So here you go dropping all your habits and your customs. You throw away all your little stuff and you sit there on these days and you feel empty inside. You want to go around friends and family. You want to sing Christmas carols. You want to have, a party and have all your friends and everybody over to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. You want to celebrate the day that you fell in love with this person and married this person or whatever. I mean, some people have, anniversaries even when they're dating. But I mean, okay, but you're married, and that's every year that passes, that is a milestone these days. Because people be in and out of marriages in like 3 months. So you celebrating your 10th, 12th, 15th anniversary, that's big. These days that is big. So there's no reason why someone can't acknowledge you, and that's what you're looking for. Because when somebody tells you that they're going to refuse to acknowledge you and validate you as an important person in their life on these particular days, basically that means that person is insensitive, and that person is denying your needs for these kind of emotional connectedness type experiences. They basically don't give a shit how you feel. That's what they're saying. It's not something that you should be arguing about. It's not something that you should be crying about. Don't let them toy with your feelings like that. And do not change your values to match his. This is a sign of basic incompatibility. And the main thing that, really bothers me is every time dudes say that shit right there, like, oh, I don't celebrate this and that. How come your funky ass is all up in front of the TV celebrating the Super Bowl, though? That's a made-up holiday if I ever saw one. And it don't do nothing for nobody. It just makes billions and billions of dollars for the NFL. But it's not honoring any person that you love and care about. But y'all so be parked up in front of a TV for that. Buying beer, buffalo wings and Wingstop and stuff, loading up chips and everything for all your boys to come over. You got the hen flowing. You got all kind of stuff happening for the Super Bowl. But you don't want to do anything like that for your mate on their birthday? For real? You full of shit. So, I just, every time I hear this, like I said, I think about my father. And I think about the effort that he made to show each and every one of us that we meant something to him, and a day that was important to us was important to him because it was important to us. That's how you show somebody that you love them. You validate and acknowledge their hobbies, their interests, and the things that are important to them. Even if you don't give a shit. I mean, I know a lot of women don't care about sports either, but if they, honey, they're going to make him some food, snacks and stuff for when his friends come over. They're going to make it comfortable and make a nice little spread for them to enjoy the game. She might even sit down with them and watch it for a little bit before she says, oh my God, I got to get out of here. But, women make an effort to do these kinds of things to show their support of their men. You have every right to expect the same treatment. Do not lower your expectations. You should date somebody who sees the world and has the same kind of vision for showing love that you do. There's no reason for you to accept the Grinch-like dude who wants to steal your holiday joy, your birthday joy, your Valentine's Day joy, your Christmas joy, and your anniversary joy. There's no reason for you to give him all of that. Why would you let somebody control your emotions on that level? And just understand, if you tell a man that these dates are important to you and he insists that he's still not going to do shit, he don't even think of asking him to do shit, that's somebody that you really need to think about, what his mindset is. Because even though women will say, well, he pays the bills and, he this and that, so I have to be, I should be happy with that. Please, he was paying them bills before he ever saw your face. He wasn't living in a tent in the park. He was already paying rent. He was already paying the car note. He was already paying the light bill. None of that shit is for you. Don't get it twisted. That's not for you. That's for him. So what is he doing for you? And you guys, you don't make enough of demands on these dudes. You let them get away with all this stuff. And in the meantime, you're hurting inside. You're in pain because you don't feel loved by him the way that you need to him. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a big deal to cost a lot of money. You're asking for an hour or two of his time 5 days a year. I don't understand why that's a problem, and I don't understand why so many women will swallow their feelings and let these guys run over them like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. You basically end up in a relationship where all the gestures of caring are one way. You're giving them to him and you're not getting anything back. So you want to celebrate, your time together as a couple for anniversaries. You want to celebrate each other's the day that the earth was blessed with your presence on your birthdays. You want to celebrate, if you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, you want to incorporate things like that into your family traditions. Those are important things that bring family together. Is something that we're really losing in the black community. Don't lose those opportunities to get together and show the people that are important to you that they're important to you. Do not let a man steal your joy. If he wants to live his life like that, tell him to go live it somewhere else with somebody who's willing to accept less, because you're not. That is the whole theme of this whole series, is to get black women to stop settling. Stop letting these guys just give you crumbs and you accept it and try to make it into a relationship. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You won't have any gifts. You won't have any time. And honey, let me tell you, a man who's stingy with gifts and stuff like this, he's usually stingy with a whole bunch of other stuff too, like his emotion. You're going to be constantly prying out of him ways to feel acknowledged and important in his eyes. It's going to be one struggle after another. A guy who gives willingly is a guy who gives willingly. A guy who's stingy and shuts down in certain parts, he shuts down in most parts, because he's not really willing to go over and above to give anybody anything that they need unless it's benefiting him. That is the key. All right? I hope you guys get this. Listen again if you don't. I know it's talking fast. So, this is a big issue with me. I hate it. These old Grinch-like motherfuckers, I can't stand it. So anyway, yeah, well, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm just cranking them out. Every time I think of a news topic, I pop up the recording and I make a new video. So this one is today, the Grinch who stole holidays and birthdays and anniversaries and everything else. And I'll be back tomorrow. This is Deborrah Cooper, advice columnist on survivingdating.com, signing out.